everybody. Hope you guys are doing really great today. I've been asked a lot of questions about my home. I've had people ask me how my home looks. I guess from what you can see, it looks uncluttered and peaceful. I've had several people ask me how I decorate my home and what I can do to help them to declutter their house because or their apartment, they are admitting that it just doesn't feel comfortable. So I'm going to tell you what I do or what I think be helpful. First of all, the main thing you need to do is go room to room. Don't do the entire house at once. You'll get overwhelmed. But you need to start letting go of a lot of things. You know, you can't hold on to everything from your life, from your past. It's just does nothing but make your house look dirty and cluttered, which affects your mental state too. If you walk around your home and every inch of your walls and tables and ground, everything has something everywhere, your mind can't rest. It's constantly seeing this stuff, whether it be because of color, which too much color is so stressful, or because you see it needs to be cleaned or dusted or rearranged, or it just creates stress. Go room to room, okay? Look at their favorite things. Pick a few favorite things from relatives or whoever have given you things. Just pick like one thing from each person, depending on how many people, of course. But mainly just pick a few of your favorite things. You don't have to put everything out that everybody gives you because you'll have a house that looks like a flea market. Um, Regardless of who it is, if they're going to be offended because you don't have every single thing that you've ever been given by everybody in your house, well, too bad for them. You go through the space that you live in and you go start with your living room, for instance, or your bedroom. Pick one room and look at everything around it. If you've got stuff all over the walls, all over your tables, just filled with stuff, don't do that. That creates stress. It creates more work as well to keep up. Pick a few things and put them out. Just on a table. Put two or three things on your coffee table. That's the other thing. A lot of people think that because they're in a smaller home or apartment type thing, that they have to have small things all over. Well, that ends up making your house look extremely cluttered, your living space. Instead, switch it around. Like if you're in a small apartment or a small home, put like a big, beautiful picture of something you love. Or like I have these metal sculptures like you can see behind me. Pick one big thing, put it up there. Maybe put a couple candles, one on each side, something like that. You just put bigger things, and when you walk in, the place automatically feels bigger and spacious. When you have a bunch of little things on the walls, a bunch of little things on your tables and countertops, it looks cluttered and dirty. It does not make it look spacious because they're small. It does the opposite. You look cluttered. So go through. If you're in a small place, big place, whatever, go through and pick your favorite things. Put them out on your coffee table. Like books, for instance. Nothing to me is more unattractive than to walk into a home, unless it's a library, which then of course it fits. But if you walk into a home and you see books all over the place, all over the tables, to me there's nothing more unattractive. Instead, go like to an antique store or maybe even a thrift store. Find some really old books, like say 3 beautiful books. Put them on your coffee table. On the other end of the table, put maybe a pretty sculpture, a tall, pretty looking, good size thing. Don't have your table filled with little things all over. It looks so cluttered and dirty, and it does not make your house look bigger because it's smaller. And also, when it comes to color, be so careful with that. There's nothing worse than walking into a house and you see a multitude of colors, greens, oranges, yellows, blues, purples, you name it. It is so stressful, so unattractive, and it does not look good, period. Try to pick a color theme. I learned this from somebody. I walked into their home and I thought, why do I always feel so comfortable in this house? And it hit me one day when I was sitting there. I realized this person in particular, um, she liked browns and golds and beiges, and then she'd have little accents of earth tone colors, not bright, stressful looking colors, but earth tone colors. And I realized it felt so calm and relaxed in there. Uh, and I realized the difference, the huge difference when you walk into a house that has more earth tone coloring, the natural colors of, like sage greens and maroon reds and just really pretty deeper colors look so relaxing, as opposed to walking into a house where there's bright colors. It's very stressful. So you might want to check out your color scheme. If you're feeling like you're kind of stressed when you're in your house, take a look around. It could be everything that you have in it, how you have it painted, what you have as decor around it. It could really be that. Um, a lot of people don't realize that either. They think that all this stuff that they have around their house is giving them comfort, when in reality it's causing them stress. I'm down now to where I just have a few things on the walls that mean a lot to me that I either picked or whoever gave me, whatever, but just a few things. I got rid of everything. I mean, I simply got rid of it because I thought I could store it forever in a garage or wherever. For what? Just for it to sit there, you know? I picked my favorite things out, and the rest I got rid of. Literally, gave to Goodwill, thrift store, garage sale, whatever, got rid of it all. And it's a wonderful feeling. It's a freeing feeling. There's nothing better than walking into your house and seeing space on the walls, seeing space on the ground, you know, looking at a table and seeing a couple of things that look really pretty. I have one table in my living room that goes up against the wall. The flat backside is flat, and then it's a beautiful table that's like this with a little marble top. And that is the one where I have a bunch of little things that I love that mean a lot to me. That's it. That's like my little focus point of some certain things that mean. The other tables, I have two or three things. That's it. Nothing else. It makes a huge difference. Start with a room. If you're feeling like your house is cluttered and dirty, if you're feeling stressed because of all the stuff you have, your life is not those things. Your life is your memory of stuff in your life. You know what I mean? What you went through in life. If it's something your parents gave you, or a sibling, or a friend, whatever, pick the things that mean the most to you. Just because somebody gave it to you doesn't mean you have to display it. If you truly don't like something, don't display it. Don't feel obligated because, well, if that person shows up there. No, you know, you can't live your life for other people in that way. You absolutely can't. It's just like if somebody gives you something that you really don't like, you have to be honest. I mean, let's say you have this nice kitchen and somebody brings you a set of pig decanters and pig, you know, cookie jars or whatever. Don't accept them and say, oh, thank you, that's so nice. No, you turn around and you be honest and say, I appreciate your gift, but I don't like pigs. And why do you say that? Because if you don't, they're going to continue to give you the things you don't like, which is, first of all, a waste of their money, and you're deceiving them into thinking that you actually like what they gave you. And of course, do it in a kind way. Don't be, oh, hey, I hate pigs, you know, why do you give me pigs, you know? You be polite about it and say, look, I appreciate your gift, but I'm going to exchange this for something else because I don't like pigs, or whatever the case it may be, cows, roosters, whatever it is you don't like in your kitchen or any other part of your house. Same with jewelry or clothes. If somebody gives you things that you definitely don't like, you have to speak up and say, I don't like this, or else they'll continue to give it to you. But be kind and let them know, I prefer this or that. If you have a nice home, like let's say your living room is a beautiful neutral color and you have all the colors you like, and somebody brings in a bright pink pillow to throw, well, of course you need to speak up and say, no, that's not my thing. But as for decluttering your house, um, like I said, take one room at a time. Look at every inch of that room. If you know you're one of those people that has a lot of stuff and you know who you are, so don't act like you don't, go through and say, you know what, I really love that picture that my brother gave me, or I love that thing that my mom gave me. I'll have those on the walls. If you have a bunch of stuff on your, like say you have an end table next to your bed and you've got it filled with stuff, you know what, get rid of it. Pick a couple things. Like if you have a lamp, have a nice lamp. If you have, you know, a box of tissue, your box of tissue. Maybe a couple of pretty, you know, knickknacks. That's it. Don't have it filled with stuff because somebody kept giving you, people keep giving you things. If you have to, you speak up and tell people, no more things. Don't buy me things for my house anymore. I'd rather you give me a gift card to the mall or a gift card to a restaurant or something. No more stuff. You have got to speak up. If you've got a lot of people in your life who are constantly giving you things to put in your house, speak up. And if they're going to get mad at you, well, to heck with them. That's all I say. You got to live your life for you. You got to make your house your space to where it's comfortable, and you can't keep letting people give you things depending on your situation. If you've got a big family and everybody's, oh, I think Nancy's going to love this. I think so-and-so's going to love it. Before you know it, you got a house that looks like a flea market, and that's what those homes look like. When you walk in and you see a zillion different things of all kinds of stations of life, you know, colors and places, you see a million different things going on, it looks like a flea market, or it looks like a thrift store place, you know, not very attractive. So, you know, you need to stop people from giving you things, unless, of course, you're in a place where you need things, Well, then yeah. But then you tell people, look, what I really need is this, or what I really like is this, and that's what you do. You don't just let people give you whatever they like, because that's 9 times out of 10 that's what people do. They give you what they like. So you need to make people aware, and if they give you something, you do have to speak up, like I said earlier. So do that. But go through your house, and like in your bathroom, for instance, where it came from to have a bathroom as an ocean theme is beyond me. It is so outdated, so old-fashioned. Forget that ridiculous ocean theme. It's so, I'll be honest with you, I find it so unattractive. Put things in your bathroom, like let's say you let's say you went somewhere in Europe, Paris, Rome, whatever. Put something related to that, a pretty picture, maybe a little sculpture on the counter, that is related to something of that city or something, that country. Put things like that and get rid of that outdated ocean theme. It's just so ugly. Change it up, make your house look more appealing and inviting to look at. I know if I walk into a bathroom and I see a million shell things and shells and ocean things, it's like, oh God, I don't even want to look at it. But I walk into the bathroom where I see, this is again with this person I know. I walked into the bathroom and she had a beautiful picture of a place in Italy. And I was like, wow, it looks cool in here. Then she had other things just kind of related to it, not completely because then you can overdo it. But she had a couple of things related to it on the counter in the bathroom and a little shelf in the bathroom that had a pretty sculpture on it. I thought, wow, this looks so elegant and beautiful, and it's not all that silly bathroom stuff. So, kind of change it up. But go room to room, look at what you've got, pick the most favorite things, one or two things of each, and get rid of the rest. Or if you have to have it, if you have to hang on to it, I guess, put it in the garage, but I don't see the point of that. Because then you still know it's there and it's still up here. Find your favorite things, put them out, get rid of the rest if you work yourself up to that. Also, when it comes to pictures, oh my gosh, just pick a few favorites and just have a few favorites on the wall with the same color, like the same color of frames. You can have different styles, but have the same color so it looks more uniform. It doesn't look like this thrift store full of old pictures and things all over. Kind of, tame that down. And just go through each room. That's all I can tell you is go through each room because there's nothing worse. I know me personally, when I walk into a house and it's full of stuff, it's so unnerving. It's very stressful. And you just want to go in there and like, oh, let me get rid of all that stuff, because it's so cluttered looking and dirty looking. And that's not going to lead to peaceful feeling in your mind either. It really does clutter your mind too. I don't know if you believe in feng shui, but to a degree, I agree with that. I believe that can go too far. But to a degree, I do believe in that, where you have certain things and certain stuff, and it can make your house feel very uncomfortable. So go through and try to figure out your most favorite things. Try to figure out what means the most to you, basically. You don't want, everything that's just because it was given to you. That's your home. You make your home your space. You don't worry about everybody else. And like I say, put a stop to things being given to you if you have enough. If you don't, then make sure you ask for what you truly want and make it clear. And return things if you don't like them. That's it. You can't worry about offending everybody because you'll end up having a house filled with what others like, not what you like. So try that. And remember, your life is not those things. I'll stress it again. It's not those things. It's what you remember up here, okay? And that'll bring more peace to you. Like, for instance, I go into my kitchen and I have a few things for my mother. I didn't get much after she died, but I have a few things. And so when I use those things, I think of my mother in the kitchen, and it's a good feeling of when she used to cook and what have you. You got to get rid of everything else because it's not them. They're not here anymore. Keep a few things that give you a good memory. If it's of things that people have passed on, it'll make you feel better, I guarantee. I'm going to go into another one because I've been asked some other questions I need to answer, so I will see you in a bit. Bye.